Be me, 31F, mid-level marketing lead at some SaaS company pull like 92,000 a year. Not starving, but not new BMW money. Either always told myself I'm the educated, independent, modern woman archetype. Spent my 20s grinding promotions, hopping cities, finding myself. All that dated a ton, mostly gentle. Where do you want to eat? Dudes who let me steer everything fun for a while. Then it starts feeling like I'm dating interns with abs. Get bored because none of them have any fire, meet a guy named Ethan. About 4 years ago, he's 34, M. Senior software architect at a big-name tech place, makes around $340,000, plus whatever stock wizardry he has going on, immediately. Not like the other guys I'd been collecting, like Pokemon Calm fixes problems instead of arguing about them. Doesn't take the bait when people try to start drama. First few dates, his quiet thing freaks me out. He'll just listen, and I'm sitting there, like, is he judging me? Is he secretly thinking I'm annoying? Turns out no, he's just observing like a human. CPU. Once I stop projecting my insecurities onto it, we click hard, move in together after about a year. Life becomes objectively insane in a good way. Downtown high-rise, the kind with a doorman who acts like you're a celebrity, floor-to-ceiling windows. View looks like a screensaver gym in the building, so you can pretend you'll use it every day. He covers rent, utilities, groceries. No weird speeches, no keeping score, no you owe me. I use my paycheck for my stuff. Student loans, clothes, car payment, savings, random little treats. Sometimes I'll grab us concert tickets or a nice dinner reservation. Never thought the setup was a problem. Honestly, I kind of felt like I hacked adulthood in my head. I'm like, he makes way more, so him paying more is just balance equity, not charity. He never complained, never asked me to split anything. Never even hinted fast forward to. 7 months ago, Ethan plans this whole weekend trip, like he's a Pinterest board with a black card. Flies us out to Santa Barbara for 2 nights. Rents a private little hillside villa with an infinity pool. Sunset wine tasting the whole romantic montage package. Next morning, we do a sunrise hot air balloon ride. I'm half asleep, hair doing its own thing, trying not to puke from the sway we land. There's champagne. The pilot is smiling, like he knows something. Ethan gets down on one knee in the grass, like it's a movie, pulls out a ring that could blind a small village platinum band. Ethically sourced stone. The whole responsible luxury flex. I instantly start crying like my body hit the wife.exe button. Say yes. Of course I posted on Instagram. Immediately phone still shaking in my hand, mascara already fighting for its life. Notifications explode like 600 likes in the first hour. Comments rolling in, yes, queen. He did so good. You deserve this. I'm floating, feel like the main character of the universe for exactly 1 day and 20 hours. Wedding planning starts basically the second we get home. I want a destination wedding in Italy. Amalfi Coast vibes, lemons, cliffs, dramatic water, expensive air. Send him inspo pics like I'm running an ad campaign. Ethan looks at the rough budget, doesn't flinch, just nods and goes, "We can do it." Then adds, "We just need to be smart about cash flow," which I take as, "Yeah, babe, whatever you want, I'm on a cloud." Everything feels perfect until about 2 months after the engagement. Random Tuesday, Ethan comes home early, which is rare. He's holding this plain folder like a teacher about to ruin your weekend. He sits me down on the beige sectional he bought because he likes neutral tones. Face is serious, but not angry. Calm, like always goes, "Babe," with the wedding ramping up and assets involved. "We should do a prenup." Instant stomach drop. I knew it made sense on paper because his income dwarfs mine, but hearing it out loud hits different. Suddenly it feels less like romance and more like a business merger. I try to play it cool. "Okay, yeah, I get protecting premarital stuff." He nods like we're discussing software updates. "Exactly, it's standard." My attorney put together a first draft. Take it, have your lawyer review it. It's negotiable, obviously. Then he hands me the folder. It feels heavy in this stupid symbolic way. I don't open it in front of him, just set it on the coffee table and pour a glass of wine, like I'm in a drama series. He says he's gonna hit the building. Jim leaves. I open the folder, like 28 pages of legalese that reads like a robot trying to kill love. I skim, most of it is what I expected. What's his stays, his what's mine, stays mine, separate debt, separate retirement. This is an Excel sheet with feelings. Then I hit an infidelity clause. It's labeled something like Article 7, subsection B, in the event of divorce due to proven infidelity, sexual or emotional, by either party. The cheating party forfeits all rights to spousal support, alimony, and any lump sum settlement. I just stare at it. It applies to both of us, but for some reason my blood starts boiling anyway. It feels like a threat dressed up as mutual, like he's already planning the exit ramp, and emotional infidelity is so squishy, it might as well be a weapon. What counts texting an ex happy birthday, venting to a guy at work about a stressful day, liking some dude's photo? Because your thumb slipped, my brain starts building worst-case scenarios at record speed. It starts feeling less like protecting assets and more like controlling behavior, like a trap. I close the folder, finish my wine too fast, go to bed. Mad Ethan comes back later, sees me asleep. I'm not asleep. I'm just doing the dead-eyed stare into the pillow. He kisses my forehead. I don't react next day at work. I'm useless. Tabs open, nothing getting done. My thoughts keep looping on that one phrase, call my best friend Maya. Maya's 32, single, works as some kind of dating coach/relationship consultant, very loud about men and their audacity. We meet for lunch at this overpriced salad spot where they charge extra for chicken, like it's rare truffle. I slide her my phone with the clause pulled up. She reads it and literally laughs out loud, like full on. Are you kidding me? Laugh. Girl, absolutely not. I'm poking at Kale like it personally betrayed me. Right? It feels controlling. Maya goes, controlling? It's borderline abusive. Starts waving her fork like she's cross-examining the menu. He's trying to own your sexuality. And emotional cheating? That could mean anything. He could say you emotionally cheated because you talked to a male coworker and leave you with nothing. That hadn't even crossed my mind until she said it. And the second she says it, the fear hooks in like, oh, that's a real angle someone could take. I'm like, so what do I do? She doesn't even hesitate. You refuse. Tell him trust is the foundation of marriage. If he needs a contract to keep you loyal, he doesn't trust you. And if he doesn't trust you, why is he marrying you? I try to argue a little, but he makes so much more than me. I need protection if things go bad. Maya nods like she's been waiting for that line exactly. That's why you need alimony. But you can't let him hold it hostage over some vague definition of cheating. Tell him the clause goes or there's no wedding. I leave lunch feeling weirdly powered up, like I've got a plan, and a target marriage is supposed to be partnership, not probation. I end up hiring a lawyer. A coworker recommends older woman, sharp bob haircut, suit that probably costs more than my monthly rent used. To her, office smells like money and authority. And, yeah, Ethan agrees to pay for my attorney too. No argument, just, sure. We sit across from her desk. She reads the draft with this dead serious face, then looks up and goes, the asset division is pretty standard. The spousal support schedule he's offering is actually quite generous, considering projected marriage length. I point right at the part that's been living rent-free in my skull. What about the cheating clause? She adjusts her glasses like she's about to deliver weather reports for courtrooms. It's becoming more common. Usually we try to define infidelity very strictly to avoid ambiguity. Tell my lawyer, I want that emotional cheating nonsense gone. She goes, I can redline it so it's only physical contact, like actual bodies touching kind of thing. Nope, no, I want the whole clause deleted. She pauses and gives me that lawyer stare. Okay. We can ask. Then she does the polite reality check voice. But the higher earner usually insists on it. It's to avoid paying support to someone who violated the vows. It's basically a protection mechanism. My face gets hot. It's insulting. Start parroting Maya's lines like she's whispering in my ear. It turns our relationship into a transaction. I'm not signing something that assumes I'm going to cheat. Lawyer scribbles a note without even blinking. Strike the infidelity section. Anything else? I skim the money parts again. Numbers look fine. The asset split is whatever the support schedule was. Actually decent, so I'm like, nope, that's it. That night, I bring it up to Ethan. We're on the couch with greasy Thai takeout on the coffee table pad. Thai, spring rolls, the little plastic containers that never close. Right? Ethan, I read the prenup. He's chewing. totally calm. Yeah, I'm okay with separating assets, but I'm not signing the cheating clause. He stops chewing swallows slow like he's resetting his brain. Why not? Because it's insulting. It assumes I'm going to cheat. It sets a horrible tone for marriage. Trust should be enough. He just looks at me, same calm eyes. It's not an assumption. It's insurance. I don't assume my condo burns down, but I still have fire insurance. If you don't cheat, it never touches you. It just sits there. I can feel my voice rising anyway. It's the principle, and the emotional part is a trap. You could use that to cut me off if I talk to a male friend. He shrugs slightly. Then we define it better. Make it require proof. Messages, admission, something clear. I'm fine tightening the language. No, I want it gone. He puts his fork down, like we're in a courtroom. Now, Amy, I'm taking the financial risk. If we divorce, I could be paying you thousands a month for years. I'm okay with that if it ends because life happens. But I'm not paying you after you betray me. That line hits me like a slap. See? I snap. You're obsessed with money. It's always power with men. You want the purse strings so I behave? He rubs his temples like I'm giving him a migraine on purpose. It's fairness. You talk about equality all the time, right? Equality means accountability. If you break the marriage contract, why should you benefit from the prenup contract? I'm getting teary. Hate that I'm getting teary. Because I'm your wife. You're supposed to care about my well-being regardless. He watches me cry, like he's watching a loading bar expression, unreadable, then finally he sighs. Okay, let me think. I'll talk to my lawyer. And I get this stupid surge of victory. Like, I just won a boss fight. I held my ground. I didn't let the patriarchy write the rules. Week goes by, things get chilly in the apartment, not screaming, just distant. He's polite but cold, spends extra time in his home office, door closed, headphones on, living like I'm a roommate. I tell myself he's sulking because he didn't get his way. Go out with Maya, and some of the girls tell them I didn't budge. They hype me up, like I just led a revolution. Good. He needs to know you're not property. One of them, Jenna, goes on this rant about how men think money buys obedience. I eat it up, feel validated, post an IG story about setting boundaries and knowing your worth, corny as hell. But I'm feeling myself. Ethan watches it, doesn't like it. No reaction at all. 2 days later, he calls me into the living room, again, same spot. Same beige sectional new folder in his hand, and his voice is flat. Almost bored. I talk to my lawyer. I'm already smiling because I'm expecting the win. He continues, you were right about one thing. The cheating clause was messy. Defining infidelity is difficult. It turns into surveillance. I'm practically glowing. Exactly. I'm so glad you get it, babe. He doesn't smile back. So I removed it. It's gone. I stand up to hug him. Like, okay, cool. Crisis solved. He gently stops me with a hand up. Not aggressive, just firm. Read the new draft first. I sit back down, feeling triumphant, flip straight to the spousal support part. Article 5, Paragraph A. My eyes lock onto one sentence and my brain short circuits. In the event of dissolution of marriage for any reason, both parties waive all rights to spousal support, alimony, or maintenance. Each retains their own earnings and assets acquired during the marriage. I blink, read it again slower. Like maybe the words will rearrange into something less insane. Alimony. 0. No matter what, I look up at him. Wait, you took out the alimony? He leans back like we're discussing printer ink. Yes. Why? We agreed on the schedule. You literally said you'd support me if things didn't work out. He nods, totally calm. I did. Under the condition there was a penalty for betrayal. You removed the penalty. So I removed the risk. My chest goes tight. This isn't fair, I shout. You make like 4 times what I make. If we divorce after 10 years, I'll be used to a certain lifestyle. I'll have spent my best years. I'll have supported that lifestyle too. He doesn't flinch. You have a job. You have a degree. You're an independent woman, Amy. You've told me that 100 times. So why do you need a monthly check from a man you're not married to? I'm basically yelling now. It's about equity. He cuts in immediately. If you take time off for kids, there's a separate section for child support. That's mandated by law. I'm not talking about the kids. I'm talking about you. Adult alimony. I can feel myself shaking. Without alimony, I have no safety net. If you leave me for some younger girl, I get nothing. He looks right at me and goes, "Dead simple. And if you cheat on me with some pool guy, you get nothing too." Then he spreads his hands like he's presenting a perfect solution. "See? It's equal now, no conditions, no policing behavior, just a clean break. Isn't that what you wanted?" My throat goes dry. This is a disaster. The old version had me guaranteed like $5,200 a month for half the length of the marriage, which over time could have been an insane amount. Now it's zero. Nothing. "You're punishing me," I whisper. He doesn't even blink. "I'm negotiating. You rejected my terms. These are my new terms. You want unconditional trust? I'm giving you unconditional independence." "I can't sign this," I say. "My lawyer will never let me." He shrugs. "Then don't. But I'm not marrying without a prenup, and I'm not offering alimony without a guarantee of fidelity. Since you won't give the guarantee, I won't give the support. Pick one." He stands up like the conversation is over, grabs his running shoes, "I'm going for a run," and just leaves the apartment door clicks shut. I'm sitting there staring at a folder like it's a bomb. Panic hits. I call my lawyer immediately, voice shaking. She answers like she's been expecting me. I email her the new draft while I'm on the phone. Hear her keyboard tapping. Then, nothing. Just dead silence on the line. My stomach is doing. Flips. Finally she goes. Careful and slow. "Well, he played hardball." I'm like, "Can we fight this? Can we get the original terms back?" She does that little sigh lawyers do when they're trying not to sound annoyed. "We can attempt to negotiate, but this is a pretty straightforward trade. You agree to the infidelity clause. He restores the alimony schedule." My face tightens. "But I made a huge deal about that clause. If I back down now, I look pathetic." She pauses, then her tone changes. Drops the crisp office voice for a second. "Listen, you're marrying a man who's already worth several million. You're making under 100 grand. Do you want to be right or do you want to be secure?" And I hate the way she says it. It sounds like she's rooting for him, like I'm some idiot client refusing to sign a waiver. "I want both," I snap. "I want the money and I don't want the clause." She doesn't laugh, but I can hear the "good luck" in her silence. "That's unlikely now? He made it clear his generosity is tied to fidelity. You made it clear fidelity shouldn't be a bargaining chip. So he removed the generosity." I'm pacing the living room, gripping my phone too tight. "So he's a misogynist," she goes, almost bored. "He's also a businessman. And this was a business decision." Then, like she's handing me medicine, "I don't want my advice is, take the first offer if it's still on the table. Swallow your pride." My blood is boiling. I don't even say goodbye. I just hang up. Phone screen goes dark, and I'm standing there, shaking, feel trapped from every angle. If I crawl back to the first deal, I admit he won. I admit I can be negotiated into loyalty like it's a price tag. If I sign this new version, I'm exposed no safety net, no backup plan, and if I walk away, I lose the apartment, the lifestyle, the shiny ring story, the status, the whole "we made it" fantasy. So I decide he's bluffing. He proposed to me. He planned the balloon ride. He cried a little too. I saw it. He's not going to blow up the wedding over paperwork. This is a test. He's pushing me to see if I'll fold. Fine, I can push too. I wait for him to come back from his run, sitting on the couch like a statue. Arms crossed, jaw clenched, rehearsing my speech. Door opens. He walks in, sweaty, breathing hard, hair damp. He looks tired, not angry, like he just jogged and also ran out of patience. I don't stand up. I don't soften my tone. "I'm not signing this version," I say flat. "And I'm not signing the first one either." He blinks like that wasn't an option on the menu. "You need to trust me, and you need to support me. If you love me, you don't make me choose." He grabs a towel, wipes his face slow. Then he just looks at me for a long time. Silence stretches until it starts to feel embarrassing. I'm waiting for him to cave for the, "Okay, babe, I'm sorry, we'll figure it out." Instead, his expression shifts into disappointment. Not rage, not hurt. Just that cold, I expected better look. "I do love you," he says, "but I don't like this entitlement." I sit up, furious. "Entitlement?" He nods once. "Yeah, you want traditional husband benefits, but you play the modern independent wife card whenever it's convenient." "That's not true," I shoot back immediately. He doesn't raise his voice, which somehow makes it worse. It is, "You want me paying for everything. You want me protecting you. providing, covering the lifestyle. But the second I ask for a contractual promise you won't betray me, you call it abuse. My throat tightens. He keeps going. And the second I treat you like a true equal financially, fully independent, clean break, you call it punishment. He walks into the kitchen like he's done talking, pulls a bottle of water from the fridge, twists the cap, takes a sip, then casually, like it's a calendar update. I think we need to pause wedding planning. My heart actually stops for a second. What? Comes out like a squeak. He sets the water down. I'm not comfortable moving forward right now. We clearly see partnership differently. I stand up now, voice cracking. You're canceling the wedding because I won't sign your stupid paper? He looks at me dead on. I'm pausing it because you're showing me who you are. And I'm paying attention. That sentence detonates me. I scream, I cry. I grab the stupid coaster off the coffee table and whip it across the room. It clatters against the wall, leaves a tiny mark. He doesn't flinch, doesn't even do the dramatic calm down. Just watches like I'm proving his point. I'm staying at a hotel tonight, he says, like it's a simple logistical choice. He goes to the bedroom, pulls out a bag, packs fast and neat, and leaves door shuts again. And suddenly I'm alone in this luxury apartment that doesn't feel like mine anymore. I call Maya, voice shaking, mascara everywhere she goes. Nuclear on my behalf. He's manipulating you. He's twisting it. Don't you dare give in. He'll come crawling back in 2 days. This is just a tantrum. I want to believe her so badly. I basically inhale it the next 3 days. I'm on my phone nonstop posting vague, sad quotes on my stories. Little black and white sunsets, protect your peace, know your worth, waiting for his name to pop up, waiting for the apology. Text, it doesn't come. Day 4, I get an email, not from Ethan, from the leasing office subject line, makes my stomach drop. Lease termination, notice I open it. It's real. It says the lease is being ended early. Break fee, paid notice period, 30 days. My hands go numb. I text him immediately. What the hell is this? No response for an hour. Then my phone buzzes short. Cold message, I'm moving out. You have 30 days. Rent for this month is covered. We're done. That's it. No explanation, no emotion. Like he's canceling a subscription. Something in me snaps. I grab my keys and drive straight to his office building, hands shaking on the steering wheel. I'm rehearsing the speech the whole way. I'm gonna shame him. I'm gonna make him see how toxic this is. I'm gonna make him feel it. I park in the garage and basically sprint into the lobby. The receptionist is the same girl I've smiled at for 2 years. Same polished hair, same blank professional face. She sees me and immediately looks uncomfortable, starts shuffling papers like she can hide behind them. I say his name. She doesn't even let me finish. I can't let you up. He left specific instructions. No visitors. I'm not a visitor, I bark. I'm his fiancé. My voice cracks on the last word. Hate that it cracks people in the lobby. Glance over, one guy pretends he isn't staring while staring. Then security starts walking toward me. Big dude, hand near his belt. Bored eyes. Ma'am, you need to leave or wait outside. I just stand there, humiliated, heat crawling up my neck like I'm being kicked out of my own life. In public, I spin around and march out to the sidewalk, and of course, it starts drizzling thin, cold rain, the kind that soaks you slowly. I decide I'm not leaving. He has to come out. Eventually, I'll wait him out. I stand there for 3 hours, hair getting damp, makeup itching, replaying arguments in my head, sharpening them, misogynist, manipulator, control, freak. I'm building a whole closing statement like I'm on trial then, around 6:10-ish. The glass doors finally open. Ethan steps out holding a coffee cup, talking to some older guy in a suit. Later, I realize it's their CFO. Ethan looks fine, normal, relaxed. He's actually laughing at something. The CFO said, and that laugh slices straight through me. How is he laughing? How is he standing there? Like he didn't just blow up my entire world. I rush toward them. Ethan! He stops instantly. His smile disappears so fast, it's like someone flipped a switch. His face goes into that neutral boardroom mask. The CFO does this awkward half nod, half flinch, mumbles something, and speed walks toward his car like he wants to vanish. We're standing outside on the slick sidewalk, rain misting everything, just me and him, and that cold glass office glow behind us. Amy, he says. Not babe, not sweetheart, Just my name, voice has zero warmth in it. I lose it. You can't just kick me out with an email, I shout. Don't care who hears. Don't care that people are walking by. That's illegal. That's disgusting. You're trying to scare me. He casually adjusts his cuff like I'm pitching an ad concept. He hates. It's a month-to-month lease. It's in my name. You got 30 days notice. It's legal. Then he adds, calm as ever. And I'm not scaring you. I'm disengaging. My throat tightens. But we were getting married. I booked calls with venues. I told my parents. You owe me an explanation. He doesn't blink. I already gave you one. You said asking for a fidelity guarantee was abusive. You said my financial support was a control tactic. So I removed the support. I removed the control. You're free now. I start crying, like full ugly crying tears mixing with rain. This isn't freedom. This is abandonment. He looks me straight in the eye. No anger, no guilt. It's consequences. You negotiated yourself out of the relationship, Amy. My hands are shaking. He keeps going. Like he's reading bullet points. You treated marriage like a power struggle. Like you had to win every concession. You wanted the lifestyle perks of a traditional wife, with the no accountability vibe of a casual girlfriend. I choke on my words. It wasn't a power struggle. I was fighting for my rights. He checks his watch, like he's late for a meeting. You were fighting a ghost. I offered you everything, and you spit on it because you hated the fine print about loyalty. Then he turns and starts walking toward his car. Sleek black EV parked at the curb. One of those silent, expensive ones that looks like a spaceship. And something in me drops. The anger just drains out, replaced by pure, stupid terror. Oh my God, he's actually leaving. I rush after him, grab his arm. Ethan, wait. Stop. I'll sign it. Okay? I'll sign the first version. The clause, all of it. I don't care. Just come home. He stops. Looks down at my hand on his suit jacket, then gently, firmly, removes it like he's peeling off a sticker. No, he says. I blink at him. Why? That's what you wanted, and for the first time his voice sounds tired, almost sad. I wanted a wife who wanted to be faithful, not a wife who needs legal pressure because she's scared of being broke. My chest caves in. Please, I whisper. I love you. He opens the car door, pauses. Looks back at me one last time, eyes exhausted. I know you think you do, but you love what I provide, Amy, not me. If you love me, that clause wouldn't have been a hill to die on. Then he gets in door shuts with this heavy thunk car hums to life and glides away into the wet street like nothing happened. I'm just standing there in the rain, an exhaust mist hair plastered to my face, makeup running, feeling like a lunatic. A pack of interns walks by, all of them doing that sideways stare like, is that lady okay? I feel microscopic, like I sat down at a poker table with junk cards and went all in against a straight flush. I go back to the apartment. The elevator ride feels like a funeral procession. Once inside, I open my laptop and start searching rentals I can afford. On my salary, reality hits immediately. I can't afford anything near the city core, not even close studios. 45 minutes out, next to highways, no parking, questionable locks. One listing is like $2,050 a month, and that's before utilities after taxes and student loans and car payment. That's basically half my paycheck. I stare at my closet, all the nice stuff. Designer dresses, heels. I wore twice handbags that cost more than my first car. A bunch of it he bought me, and it lands in my stomach like a cinder block. I didn't just mess up, I fumbled the bag on an Olympic level. 2 weeks later, I'm packing boxes. Maya comes over to help, which mostly means she brings wine and rage. You're better off without him, she insists. He was toxic. I nod, because it's easier than arguing. But I'm looking at the place I'm moving into. Tiny studio cheap vinyl floors that peel at the corners. Window facing a brick wall. No central air, the kind of building where you can hear your neighbor cough, and I don't feel like I escaped anything. I feel like I shot myself in the foot and then blamed the gun. I try to get back on dating apps, rewrite my profile, like I'm rebranding independent woman looking for a partner, not a savior. The matches are immediately different. The guys around my age who are actually doing well. They're not trying to lock anything down. They want vibes, they want fun, they want a situationship with plausible deniability. The guys who want serious, they're struggling first date with a 34-year-old barista. Nice enough, cute smile checks come, and he goes, "So we splitting?" Another guy is 36, lives with 3 roommates, talks nonstop about his art and how society doesn't get him. I go out with a project manager, turns out he manages a construction crew, makes like 62,000 good dude, polite, asks real questions. Bill comes, he looks at me like it's obvious. We splitting? I force a smile and tap my card. Like, I'm fine inside. I'm dying 3 months after the breakup. I'm miserable, work gets harder, because I'm constantly stressed about money. I'm doing mental math in meetings. My performance drops. My manager pulls me aside. "Amy, you seem really distracted lately." And I want to say yeah because I'm eating instant ramen in a shoebox instead of sushi in a penthouse. But I just mumble something about a lot going on. At night, I stalk Ethan on social media with a burner account. He's quiet for a while, then I see a photo he's tagged in by someone else, some fancy charity gala. Him in a tux, looking fit, happy on his arm. Is a girl young, maybe 23. Soft face, simple dress, looking up at him like he hung the moon. I click her profile, she's a preschool teacher. Bio says something like, baking, hiking, church on Sundays. No political essays, no boss babe slogans, just photos of cookies on cooling racks and her smiling on trails. My stomach drops through the floor. Maya texts me the same screenshot 10 minutes later. "Look at this. She probably has 2 brain cells. He just wants a servant." I type back, "Yeah, LOL totally." But I'm not laughing. I don't even believe it anymore. I sit in my empty apartment listening to sirens outside, rain ticking against the window, and my mind keeps replaying that prenup conversation, him saying, "I do love you," the revised draft with 0 support. The way he didn't yell, didn't threaten. Just stepped away, and the worst realization finally settles in. He wasn't trying to control me. He was trying to protect himself from exactly the people I listened to. Yeah, turns out taking advice from bitter single women has consequences. I wanted the authority of a modern woman and the perks of a traditional wife. I got the authority. I'm fully independent. Now, nobody is checking my tone. Nobody is handing me contracts. Nobody cares if I flirt, text, disappear. Because nobody is committed to me in the first place. Months, smeared together, Seattle winter rolls in gray sky, cold drizzle, that damp, depressing air that makes everything feel heavier and reality starts collecting its payments. My student loans kick back on. I'd been deferring them, straight up assuming Ethan would wipe them out after the wedding. Now it's just me and my budget spreadsheet. Budget is tight in a way that makes your stomach hurt. My car starts making that grinding noise. Mechanic says brakes, and I don't have brakes money. So I start selling stuff on Poshmark. Specifically the handbags he bought me, and packing them up feels like ripping skin off. Each one is a memory I can hold. The YSL. He got me in Chicago after that fancy steak dinner, the Gucci from my birthday when he surprised me with a weekend trip. And now I'm bubble wrapping those memories to pay for brake pads. It stings physically, like I can feel the humiliation in my fingers. I try to pivot my whole approach. Maybe I was too intense, maybe I need to be chiller, match with a guy named Travis 32, accountant stable vibe, clean shoes, no chaotic energy. We go out for drinks, talk about values, goals, normal adult stuff. I decide I'm not going to go on a rant, no politics, no men in power, just pleasant Travis seems into me, second date, dinner, nice little place, not fancy. Not sad either. Conversation turns to past relationships. I give the most sanitized version of the Ethan story possible. We wanted different things. He leaned very traditional. Travis nods like he's heard that 1,000 times. Yeah, traditional is hard in this city. Then he says it, "I'm looking for a partner, an equal." I perk up fast. Exactly. That's what I want too. Travis smiles. Great. So you're cool with 50-50 on everything, right? Rent, bills, chores, all of it. And I hesitate not even on purpose, it just catches in my throat. Well, ideally, yeah. But I think equity matters too, like proportional to income. His eyebrows pinch a little. I mean, sure, but I make like 96,000. You make what, around 90? So that's basically 50-50. And that's the moment I feel the exhaustion settle into my bones. Because with Ethan, my paycheck was my money, fun money, savings money. I can buy myself nice things, money with Travis. My paycheck is survival, money rent, and groceries and loan payments money. The romance drains right out of the room. And I realize something ugly. I'm not actually looking for an equal. I'm looking for a provider, but I'm not allowed to say that. Not to Travis, not to my friends, barely even to myself. A year passes, I'm 30 now. The big three? Oh, I spend my birthday in a dive bar with Maya and Jenna. Sticky floors, cheap neon lights, watered down drinks. They do shots and toast to freedom. They're laughing like it's a victory party. I smile, but I feel like I'm gonna throw up. I go to the bathroom to check my phone, and I do the dumbest thing possible. I unblock Ethan just to peek bad idea wedding photos. He married the preschool teacher. They're in Maui or somewhere like that. Blue water, sunset, the whole postcard vibe. She looks radiant, soft smile, simple dress. Glowing like she belongs there. He looks happier than I ever saw him with me. Caption says something like, "To my beautiful wife, thank you for choosing me. Here's to a lifetime of trust." Trust, that word burns straight into my brain, and my first thought is petty and poisonous. He didn't make her sign the zero alimony version, I bet. Or maybe he did, and she signed it without blinking, because she wasn't planning on cheating, or maybe she signed the cheating clause because she didn't have a podcast in her ear telling her loyalty is oppression. I scroll and see a comment from his mom. "Welcome to the family, sweetheart. So happy for you both." And I just slide down the bathroom wall, full collapse drunk, mascara melting, breathing like I'm having a medical emergency. Girl in the next stall goes, "Are you okay?" And I can't even lie. "No," I sob. She goes into instant sister mode. "Did some guy hurt you?" I shake my head, voice cracked. "No." I hurt myself, and it hits me so hard in that tiny bathroom, like I won the lottery and ripped up the ticket, because I didn't like the print. Monday morning, I show up to work hungover and hollow, trying to act normal. HR emails me to come, and my stomach drops before I even stand up. HR director sits me down, corporate face on, we're restructuring, marketing is being reduced, tech contraction, we have to let you go. Severance is 2 weeks, 2 weeks. I pack my sad little box desk plant, charger, random pens, walk out and stand on the curb waiting for an Uber because I can't afford parking downtown anymore. And while I'm standing there, I look up and I can see the high-rise I used to live in, the one with the gym and the doorman and the stupid perfect view top floors glowing warm gold. And my brain tortures me with a picture him up there cooking dinner for his new wife, her telling him about her day with little kids and finger paint him, listening, actually listening, not tolerating listening, like he respects her peace. I look down at my phone, notification from Maya, brunch tomorrow. I have to tell you about this toxic guy I matched with on Bumble. And something in me just breaks cleanly. I delete it, I block her, no dramatic speech, no goodbye. Just silence. Uber driver cancels on me. Of course he does. So I start walking toward the bus stop in my work shoes, rain in my face, and I keep thinking about that cheating clause, how furious I felt, how righteous I was. "It's the principle," I'd said, like that meant something. Well, I have my principles now. I also have instant noodles and a bus pass and 2 weeks severance. And the worst part is realizing the real trap wasn't ink on paper. It was the story I kept telling myself that I deserved a lifestyle. I didn't earn that I could demand security while calling accountability control. I'm an independent woman now, and I have never been more scared in my entire life.